Hello and welcome to another edition of Bloke in a Pub. And this week I'm joined by our Head of Public Relations over here, Boson. He's on the website and he's actually just downloaded the questions we've had from our clients. And the question's a really good one, which is that a bloke in a pub, literally, has recommended that I buy a particular share in a company, and should I do it? And one reason you think about it is because stocks and shares typically outperform all other investments. That's why everyone gets very excited about them. It's always on the news and they quote the FTSE and all of that. It's the only asset that consistently outpaces inflation and actually increases the buying power of your money as well. So there's lots of good reasons you might consider it, but why wouldn't you consider buying a share? Well, probably lots of good reasons. I mean, it's exactly the same analogy as someone saying they've got a brilliant tip on a racehorse, or they think some bloke is going to score a goal on Saturday for whatever team. In fact, if you actually think about it, it's like some stranger coming up to you and saying they're going to give you a drink, but you don't actually know what's in it. And would you really drink that? Depends on what kind of night out you want, I suppose. But when you're buying into a share, really what you've got to think about is what kind of service or product does this company provide? Is there a demand for it? Can the management team actually deliver it? Some really good questions about how the company's running. Is it likely to deliver you a return? And even if you do that, the knowledge on that share and that company is never going to be perfect, and something might go horribly wrong. And the reason that stocks and shares give you this good return is because you're taking on all this risk that it's going to go horribly wrong, and you're going to lose all your money. And if you have a stock or a share, you are last in line to get your money as well. So you'd never just buy one company. And the optimal number of shares is about 50 to take that risk out. There's lots of good science behind that we can talk about if you want to. That all said, even that knowledge isn't perfect, and there's still the risk in the market itself. And if you come down to the city any lunchtime, you will see big chunky traders out drinking before they go back to work in the afternoon, and that's not going in a good direction. Then of course you've got Sky News with all of their objective reporting, sending people into a flat spin about this catastrophe or this crisis in the market. And you're never going to get rid of all of that risk as well. And people tend not to like the volatility, the ups and downs in the market that come with that, which I like that bit where you've had one too many pint, you go home, switch the light off, and the room's doing roulette with you. Exactly, people don't like that. So what you would never do is just buy stocks and shares. You buy a range of different assets that behave in different ways that tend to balance out the risk over time. And that's called a modern portfolio or an efficient portfolio. And all that's described by a guy who won a Nobel Prize called Harry Markowitz. Try saying that when you're drunk. And that shows us how we mix assets optimally to get the best possible risk and return. And that's the approach that typically delivers the best results. So in answer to your question, would I go and buy a stock and share on the basis of a say-so from someone? Absolutely 100% not. Would I go and do it anyway? No, it's far too time consuming. And would I just buy stocks and shares? No, absolutely not, because the best return comes from a balance of different assets that you hold over time.